Hello and welcome to another episode. We are your hosts. I'm Sean Calhoun, and with me today is my lovely wife,
Hi,
Christina.
I'm Christina Calhoun.
And today, what are we going to be talking about, babe?
Well, something that comes up a lot, right? I got a lead, woo! But how do I convert it so that I
Yeah,
can make money?
that's right. Internet leads. Sometimes you have book of business, sometimes you have other things, but internet leads, they are very unique. So today we're going to be talking about exactly how to do that. But before we go into that a little bit, if you want to reach out to us, you can find us at Pretty Home Academy. There you find other training videos. We have some awesome workshops where we teach you the ABCs of the business so you can have a foundation. It's called Pathway to Paycheck. You will actually see if I do A, B, C, D, I will receive a paycheck. And then you learn how to repeat that over and over again. So check that out. That's at prettyhomeacademy.com. But now let's get right into it.
All right, so we're going to be going over how to go from the best ways to convert a potential home buyer. They're already shopping online, they're looking for houses. How do you get them to go from just that internet lead phase to a happy homeowner?
Mm-hmm.
And if you do these key concepts, you're going to have a really unfair advantage when it goes from somebody who just knows how to generate leads but doesn't know how to convert them.
That's right.
Yes. And then by the end of the video, you're going to be confident in how to connect with your potential clients, how to convert them and engage with them so that they go from being just
a lead to a homeowner.
Yeah.
Happy homeowner.
All right. So like we mentioned earlier, the lead comes in. It could be from Facebook. It could be from your website. This internet lead comes in. Now what?
Right? Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, all of these places, right? They're shopping online. You're like, yeah, that's great, right? You're excited they came in, but then what do I do? Because I don't know if you've tried this before, but I'll tell you this real quick about myself. I thought that I could just buy internet leads and it was like the answer to all my problems. I'll buy some internet leads and man, I'm going to be selling houses like crazy. That did not happen. As a matter of fact, I failed fast. Mm-hmm. So we're going to help you actually to avoid that. So Christina, yeah, I'm sorry, go right ahead.
Well, the first thing is really just to realize what they are when it comes in. So an internet lead is somebody who is shopping online. They raised their hand and said, hey, I like this house. But you have to look at them just as a potential customer. They're not even a client yet.
Right.
They don't know, like, and trust you. They just said, hey, I like this house.
Right. Keyword potential.
Yes.
So, we categorize that, we'll say that person is a lead. They're in the lead phase because we don't really know if they're ever going to buy a house or not. Now, you might say, oh, I already know that, but we have to think about that when contacting them. So we have to really implant that in our minds. What else should we be thinking about?
Well, we don't know if they're actually ready to buy a home yet. They might not be able to get one in the next 30 days. So some people might view that as disheartening, like, oh, they're 90 days out. Well, are you going to want a paycheck in 90 days? I do.
That's right. So you need to know those things and really let that sink in, because a lot of times, I know for me, I was like, hey, I need a paycheck now, because that's what I was thinking about. But we have to think about the customer, and we have to know, yeah, there are going to be a few, but like Christina said, most, again, are not ready to buy right now. They start shopping early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the next thing is to give them what they want. They want information about homes, right? So it's great if you can set this up to send them automatically information so that you're not having to go through it yourself and set everything up.
Yeah. So just to add actually to that, If you're a licensed agent, you have access to the MLS. More than likely, if that lead came in, right, that potential home buyer that came in, you can likely see what house they were looking at or what homes they were looking at. So, like Christina said, when you're going to send them homes through the MLS, try to really match it up, get a good picture of what that is, and send them that. Get them on automatically start sending them that. Okay, now every agent has that. Okay, but that's just the starting point. What should they? What else should you do? Should we all do?
Right. So they may have clicked on a bunch of different houses and they're getting some automatic emails from other agents, right? So then once you set up that search and you send it to them, that's a great time to call them and say, hey, I just sent you these homes. Is this what you're looking for? Is this the area that you want? It opens up the dialogue with them so that you can start to hone in and make adjustments so that they're just looking at the search that you sent them rather than all the other ones.
That's right. And a key question to ask them after you ask the questions that Christina asked, because again, that dialogue is open. Now you want to ask, okay, so what exactly are you looking for? Now you're not just talking about that home. You're talking about what are they looking for. The structure of that question is going to kind of split. It's going to divide. If they're just window shopping and they're not ready to buy at all, they're not going to tell you because they're going to be so terrified of that question. They're going to be like, I'm just looking, or maybe I'm looking for my cousin, or whatever the case is. And that's good. You need to know that so that you can know, where to, basically segment your list, know what segment that they fall in. Now, if they tell you some things about what they're looking for, like, I really want a 3-bedroom home. I'm looking for a colonial, yada, yada, yada. And, then you would just go on to the conversation, basically like a consultant, just asking them questions further and taking really good notes.
Yeah. And since, as we mentioned, most buyers aren't ready to buy right away, that leads us to point number 3, which is plugging them into a CRM. Now, Sean, what's a CRM?
That is a customer relationship manager. The reason why we need a CRM is because if you just have, 5 to 10, maybe 16 clients, you can pretty much keep that in your head. But once you start getting more and more clients, we tend to forget about them. Right? I mean, that's a big problem. We actually forget about them because we want to work with the people who are hot first. I mean, that's what we should. I mean, they're ready to go now. But what we don't want to do is forget about the clients that were ready in the
pipeline.
That's right.
Further down.
That's right. So that's where the CRM comes in and helps us out. It's a reminder. So it reminds us of what we should do. It's like having your own assistant. It says, hey, you should call this person. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a month. You should call this person. It's been this time frame. You said you call them back in 2 days. It gives you those reminders. It also will automatically, what you would say or what you would email them, you can have those messages and you put it in, and those messages will automatically be sent out to them instead of you physically having to do it. So that's going out, but you still have to maintain something. So that is the CRM. So that's what it does. It helps you, again, it reminds you what you need to do, who you need to reach out to. And the next thing it does is it automatically sends them messages. It keeps you top of mind with them.
And it helps them keep moving forward to becoming a homeowner. It takes them through the steps.
Yeah, that's a key.
But we've got all this automated stuff, which is great because it saves your time as an agent. But point number 4 is that you actually have to follow up with them. You have to contact them to get them on schedule to see a house. So you could be automatically sending them these houses, but not showing them any houses. That's not going to make them a homeowner. So we have an example of a client that was an internet lead, and he wanted to see a house in Southfield, and we showed him the house and kind of tried to find out what he was looking for. But he kind of made it sound like he was 90 days plus out. So we were sending him the homes automatically, and we would contact him when a new house came on the market to get him on schedule. It didn't always work out, right? He was a busy guy.
Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, let's be real. We contacted him. He said, I'll meet you at a property. Mm-hmm. We went to a property, and he stood us up after confirming it.
Right.
That happens. Busy person. He fell asleep.
Right.
We talked to him later. He fell asleep. He apologized. I'm sorry I fell asleep.
Yeah. So then that wasn't the right place for him. We found another house. Oh, this looks like what you're looking for. When can we go see it? So you have to keep following up with them. You can't just expect the automatic processes to convert them. So then you're spending time with them. They're starting to know, like, and trust you more. And the more appointments you're setting with them, it's bringing them closer to actually writing an offer, being a client.
That's right.
And then number 5, what happens, Sean, if they never buy a house from you? You've done all this work.
That's great. It really doesn't matter if they buy a house or not. Now, that might sound completely ridiculous, but let me show you the goal line. If you are doing your due diligence, you're calling them, you are working, okay? They're going to have a certain feeling about you. They're going to know you handle your business, okay? That's how they're going to feel about you, because that's what you're doing with you and your CRM, working on your behalf, okay? So what you do is you ask them for referrals in between also. So, hey, do you know anyone at your job? You got to put some bait in there. Is there anyone else at your job? I know you were looking for a property. Is there anyone else at your job that's looking? No. What about in any other social groups? Whatever they're in. You should have some conversations outside of work. What do you do for fun? That kind of thing. Ask them. If they know someone. Put that seed in there. Get their reticular activator activated, and that reticular activator basically is. Have you ever said, I want this particular car in this particular color? And now that you want that car in that color, you start seeing them everywhere. Why is that? Well, because your brain was filtering all of that out. And now that you're focused on it, your brain is identifying it. Well, you want them to turn on their reticular activator to identify clients for you and to send them to you. So even if they never buy, we have clients that we've been working with for over 8 years that have never bought a home, but they have referred over 8 clients to us themselves. So I'm letting you know this absolutely works. And not just for us, this will work for you if you work it.
And that's it. That's how you get someone who's an internet lead to become a home owner.
Now, if you don't have a CRM, you don't want to set up a CRM, or you don't know what CRMs to use, any of that stuff, drop a comment in. We can let you know. We've unfortunately went down the deep rabbit hole of CRMs, looking them all up and finding them and all of that good stuff. So we can do that. And actually, if you want us to send you an email on that info, we can do that too. Just drop us the info. And then also, if you're looking to join a team that already has this stuff set up in place that you can actually plug into, that make sure you reach out to us as well. Even if we're not in your area, what we can do is we can refer you, because we network with the best. That's what we try to do.
Thanks for watching today.
All
Please
right.
tune in next time.
See you on the next one.